Okay. With great love and great respect, I welcome all of you. Today we are going to talk about the chakras, the 7 chakras. That is where the power of all of the human being lies. It lies in the chakras. Whenever you want to have power, when you want to have power over your life, power over everything in your life, it is the chakra that has to be controlled to give you that power. And so it's known as Kundalini. Chakra or Kundalini is known as the serpent energy which travels from the brain to the private organs, and it is the spinal column that controls the energy that happens to control all of our life. In each category of our life, we are controlled by the chakras. People don't realize that, but there are 7 chakras that are controlling your life, and there are 9 chakras in total. The first chakra begins at the base of your spine, right behind your private area, and the 9th chakra is the one on top of your head, which is the top part of the brain, which is where the consciousness resides. So, whenever we are affected in our life by anything negative, it affects the chakras first. So, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever you say, whatever you do, who you love, who loves you, what money you make, what business you do, almost everything you can think of is controlled by the chakras. That is why the chakras are so very, very tough to understand and to control, because it is the very base of your foundation. It is the basic foundation of your life. It is consciousness of your life, which causes you to affect your karma. If your karma is bad or good, it is the controlling of the chakra that can remove it. It can remove the bad karma and can bring in the good karma. So the chakras are controlled also by the planets. If you look at the chart over there that I have, the planets travel in your body constantly and control the chakras. So at some point in time, when I say you are number 6, or you're running a number 6 here, it means that Mars would be in your main chakra, which would be the number 1, which is called Sahasrara. If I say you're running a number 8 here, that means Jupiter will be in the first chakra on that chart. So the planets actually can tell me which chakra is giving you what trouble and so on, or which chakra is going to be troublesome for you in your life. In some cases, you may be born with Saturn in the first chakra, which is the Sahasrara. And that means that person will suffer or struggle throughout your life. In some cases, you might be born with Rahu in the 5th chakra. In the 5th chakra, that means that you're going to have sons only, and you can also lose a lot of the children. And of course, when there is Saturn or Ketu or Rahu in the 7th chakra, which is a private area, that means that you're not going to have children. And usually, if there is a Jupiter in the 8th chakra there, then that means that you're going to get a flat foot. Or that means that money will be difficult in your life. Or money will be tough coming in and going out in your life. And so on. So it's important that we understand the chakra, and I've been for the last couple of months we've been doing Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham, and that is the one that cleans the chakra. That is the one that gives you control over the planets and so on. So when you do Chidananda Rupam Shivoham, Shiva means I am one, I want to be Shiva. And everybody can see that Shiva has a snake around his neck. And that snake around his neck is the chakra. That means that when you say Shivoham, Shivoham, you're controlling the chakra. Now if you look at a picture of Vishnu somewhere around, you'll see that he has the snake above his head. Which means that when you are controlled by the chakra, which means you're controlled by your desires, that means you are getting the influence of Vishnu. But when you are controlled by Shiva, you are controlling the chakra. So that's why the snake is in the neck, not above the head. So that's why we say Shivoham, Shivoham, Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham is the chakra of controlling the snake, control the serpent energy inside. So that's way you can become more calm, more subtle. You know, it's like after you make love, you're very calm. That is because the energy has been satisfied. The energy has been resting. You know? And what interests me is that a woman will leave a man, or a man will leave a woman, and they'll go and they will sleep with someone else. And after they finish sleeping with the person, they'll realize that, wait a minute, this is not a person for me. I gotta go back to the other guy. Or go back to the other girl. It's because the chakra is in playing with you. The chakra is playing with you. You know, that's why you have to have more control over it. That's why you sometimes you want to go sleep with the other person, but when you go sleep with the other person, you realize that afterwards, when it's been satisfied, that you're not with the right person. Right? So that's why in the ancient Hindus, we didn't let anybody sleep with each other until they get married. And they were matched properly as well. Because then they would the chakra would be in tune and so on. So all that has to do with the numbers also, the 6 and the 9s and so on. So see how important the chakra is. Each chakra is controlled by a certain mantra also. For example, Kali Durga Namunma is the whole chakra. Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai controls the love life. The love part, which is called the heart chakra. That's the third chakra right here. Right? And then you have the mantra, of course, Haring Sharing Gwalamukhi, which is to remove obstacles, controls the chakra around the back, lower back. It protects you. And then you have the other mantras. We have the love mantras, controls the Muladhara chakra, which is the first chakra, which is known as the private area, and so on. And here Gauri, Shankara, then which is happy married life, which controls that. The Jaya Guru controls the top chakra. Jaya Guru, Om Namah Shivaya controls that. Om Namah Shivaya means that you want to be at the highest part of the universe. You want to see everything around you. You want to be in the top part of the chakra. When you have that, and when you have achieved that one, that means that you have no more problems. It's called a 1,000-headed snake. That means that you can see everything. You can see the solution to everything. So you'll never get angry. You'll never get mad. You'll never worry about anything. Because that means you're in the top chakra. But of course, that is for the chakras to reach that height. You have to have a teacher, or else it can turn around and make you mad. When a child is molested at a young age, around 11, 12 years old, then the chakra, the whole thing turns around. And it messes up the whole life of the person. So that's why from a young age, the children have to be taken care of very carefully. Or else once their chakra is messed up from age 12, marriage and love life is never the same again. I'll tell you how a guru who can guide you back and move the chakra back up.